Good morning. I'm Matthew Marino. This is SportsCenter. It is Monday, March 14th, 2022. We begin in the NBA, where last night the Brooklyn Nets defeated the New York Knicks 110 to 107. The Dallas Mavericks defeated the Boston Celtics 95 to 92. The Philadelphia 76ers defeated the Orlando Magic in overtime 116 to 114, and the Phoenix Suns defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 140 to 111. Brooklyn Nets star forward Kevin Durant has been so dominant for so long that he admits he feels at ease on the floor. It certainly didn't look difficult in Sunday's 110 to 107 win over the Knicks, as Durant dropped 53 points, made 9 assists, and grabbed 6 rebounds while carrying the Nets to their third straight victory. Durant's brilliant performance offered another reminder as to why the Nets, now 35 and 33, still have championship aspirations this season, despite the fact that Kyrie Irving's status remains in question because of New York City's vaccination mandate, and it remains unclear when Ben Simmons will make his season debut because of ongoing back issues. On the day Kevin Garnett saw his number 5 raised to the rafters at TD Garden, he officially buried his beef with Ray Allen. As part of the ceremony celebrating Garnett's 6 years with the franchise, he singled out Allen, who was sitting in the front row of the assembled guests alongside fellow Big Three member Paul Pierce, for his being present after years of acrimony between the two. Quote, "It's good to see Ray Allen here," Garnett said. It's good to see you, man. You next, dog." Allen then came over and gave Garnett a big hug with Pierce right behind them, grabbing both of them in a bear hug as the crowd erupted in applause. It was a moment that officially brought closure to a rift that opened up between them 10 years ago when Allen chose to sign with the Miami Heat as a free agent. It was a move that ended a 5-year run for the Three Stars, all members of the NBA's 75th anniversary team, that brought Boston a championship in 2008 and ushered in a new era of stars congregating in the NBA in an attempt to best them. And LeBron James created a statistical category all to himself yesterday, becoming the first player in league history to reach the 10,000 plateau in points, rebounds, and assists in the Lakers' 140 to 111 loss to the Suns. James set the mark by passing the ball to Carmelo Anthony for a three-pointer in the second quarter, notching his second assist of the game and 10,000th of his career. James now has 36,824 career points, which is third all-time, 10,004 assists, which is seventh, and 10,150 rebounds, which is 39th. He is in range to pass Karl Malone for the number 2 on the all-time scoring list sometime this week if he continues to play on his sore left knee. Over at the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Round 3 is suspended. There. Anabar Lahiri is in sole possession of the lead at -9. Tied for second are Harold Varner III and Tom Hodge, both at -8. Sebastian Munoz, Paul Casey, and Sam Burns all tied for fourth at -7. And tied for seventh are Francisco Molinari, Daniel Berger, Cameron Smith, and Doug Gim, all at -6. Down in the NHL yesterday, it was the Islanders defeating the Ducks 4-3 at home, the Avalanche defeating the Flames at home 3-0, the Lightning defeating the Canucks on the road 2-1, and the Kings defeating the Panthers at home 3-2 in a shootout. In other news, we have Tom Brady is saying that he will be returning after his retirement lasted 40 days. Brady said Sunday he is returning to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for his 23rd season in the NFL. The 7-time Super Bowl champion announced his decision on Twitter and Instagram, saying he has unfinished business. We have more on that story from our special report from yesterday that is posted on this channel. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa thought he had found a new home with the Minnesota Twins. Less than 24 hours later, he was traded to the New York Yankees alongside former AL MVP Josh Donaldson and catcher Ben Rortvedt in exchange for catcher Gary Sanchez and infielder Gio Urshela. Earlier in the day, Yankees manager Aaron Boone had announced Urshela as the Yankees starting shortstop. Urshela, whose natural position is third base, had started only 41 games at shortstop in 6 major league seasons with Cleveland, Toronto, and the Yankees. Nonetheless, Boone hinted that he was expecting the Yankees to make some additional moves. Acquiring Kiner Falefa answers one of the Yankees' biggest offseason needs after Gleyber Torres failed to make a successful transfer from second base. The Yankees were never willing to be players when it came to two big money free agent shortstops on the market, Carlos Correa and Trevor Story. Kiner Falefa also plays third base and won a Gold Glove at the position during the pandemic-shortened 2020 season. He batted a .271, .312, and .357 with 8 home runs and 53 RBIs in his first full season as the Rangers shortstop last year. He posted a .972 fielding percentage at the position, leading big league shortstops in total chances at 669, assists at 436, and double plays turned at 98. The Minnesota Vikings agreed to terms on a new contract Sunday with quarterback Kirk Cousins, the team announced, giving him an immediate raise and also fully guaranteeing an additional season in 2023 to help alleviate the tight salary cap. The deal ensures that Cousins will remain the Vikings quarterback as the franchise begins a new era with general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and coach Kevin O'Donnell. The Vikings announced the news Sunday evening, adding another chapter to Cousins' unprecedented success on the business side of football. Under the terms of his previous contract, Cousins was due to receive $35 million in cash and count for $45 million against the Vikings' 2022 cap. By extending the deal into 2023 and adding 2 voidable years in 2024 and 25, the team lowered his cap number to $31.25 million this season, the source told ESPN's Adam Schefter. Free agent slugger Nelson Cruz and the Washington Nationals have reached an agreement on a 1-year, $15 million deal, a source told ESPN's Enrique Rojas, confirming multiple reports. The contract includes a mutual option for 2023. Cruz will earn $12 million in 2022 and will receive an additional $3 million if the club does not exercise the option. The 41-year-old Cruz has 449 career home runs and becomes the first full-time DH to join a National League team since MLB's new labor deal included a universal designated hitter. Cruz is returning for an 18th Major League season. He hit a .265 with 32 home runs and 86 RBIs with the Minnesota Twins and Tampa Bay Rays in 2021, becoming the oldest player in Major League history at 41 to hit 30 home runs in a season. He passed David Ortiz with 38 in 2016 and Darrell Evans, who was 34 in 1987, who were both 40 when they hit the mark. A 7-time All-Star, Cruz is a career .277 hitter with 1,238 RBIs for the Brewers, Rangers, Orioles, and Seattle Mariners, Twins, and Rays. And the Dallas Cowboys have finalized a 5-year, $62.5 million deal with wide receiver Michael Gallup, according to sources. The deal includes a $10 million signing bonus. Gallup's return comes a day after the Cowboys agreed to trade wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns, sources told Adam Schefter. That deal is pending a physical and can't be announced until the start of the new league year on Wednesday. Cooper's $20 million base salary would have been fully guaranteed by March 20th, but the deal has instead opened up $16 million in salary cap room. Gallup was set to hit the free agent market next week, but he opted to remain with the team that drafted him in 2018 and rehab with the athletic training staff he trusts after suffering a torn anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee in January. Gallup, who turned 26 on March the 4th, had surgery in February to repair his ACL, but the expectation is he would be ready for game action in September. And that's all for SportsCenter this Monday morning. I'm Matthew Merlino. Stay tuned on this channel for more sports updates.